Where do you guys remember exactly where we left off? What was last said?
She expressed that everything was gifts to her, and that's where she gets her authority.
That's right. She had told you that she's met your kind before, and they were all much more powerful than you were.
Yes.
And
that they can only the gate can only be destroyed on our side, and we keep trying to tell her that just let us go and we'll destroy it, but she doesn't trust us.
Yeah,
so that's kind of where we are.
That's right. You were trying to bargain that she should just let you go. You'll go back to your realm and destroy the gate from the other side, and she's like, yeah, no. Yes. Because we've got no way of guaranteeing that you'll do that, and how do we know that a ton of other humies and other non-Fey things will come wandering through the portal and continuing to be a royal pain in the Fey? So, okay.
I shoot the queen.
That's a very typical Kyla thing to do. If you really want to do that,
that's okay. We're standing in the circle. I don't like circles. That's another Kyla thing.
Also, we have no weapons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all your weapons are in a pile.
I hold up my hands like I'm about to, and then I go, "Aw."
Okay.
I don't remember if she answered this, but I asked her if there was something we could do for her, maybe on the other side in the human realm.
That might be the last thing you said.
I think it might be.
She was thinking about it.
Okay, you see her kind of... not that I can think of, no.
All right, so what do you want at this moment? Madam, what do we call you? Have we asked you your name yet?
Queen! I'm the Queen!
So just Queen.
Queen Lana!
Queen Lana, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Yeah, so just moving forward, it seems we're at a bit of an impasse here. What, in your mind, what do you see happening from this point forward?
Well, we have to decide if you're good or bad. If you're bad, we have to put you down.
Okay, well, is there something that might sway you in one direction or the other? But something we could do that would prove that we are good, or better than you think, possibly?
Are you good, though?
Yeah, absolutely. Did we not dispatch of many of those black creatures that you...
You also dispatched of an awful lot of my brown clippy cloppers!
But I bet if you weighed them out, we did more good than bad. There's always a balance, you see.
I don't know if they appreciate being called brown clippy cloppers.
Okay, she glances at all of them and she says, that's what they are. They are brown and they go clippy clop. And they're all like,
wrong,
yeah. They'll smile inanely and yes. You killed lots of those. You spilled a lot of the red stuff all over my floors.
To be fair, we're defending ourselves.
So you say?
They were surrounding us and put my friends to sleep. It was a scary idea that I would lose them.
But you would have woken up from their sleep. They didn't wake up from yours.
What I'm saying, Lana, is let bygones be bygones.
Queen Lana!
Queen Lana, let bygones be bygones. Let's just move forward at this point. I think that is probably the best. Or we'll be sitting here all day just running around in circles. There's no point. So boring. What a waste of time.
It has been... Let me think. It has been decades since I was given these gifts. I haven't had a new present for a very long time.
What gift are you speaking of? What was the last gift you got?
My crown. And she points to the metal pot.
Oh, yes.
My silk robes. And she points to the sash. And my stabby stick. And she holds out the tent spike. These were given to me by great heroes.
Maybe we know of them.
Maybe.
Maybe we're friends.
Or maybe someone has something of that amazing value on them that you could give as a gift.
Where's your king?
king! There is no king! There was a prince, and he was very, very bad, and we overthrew him, and he was banished to the darkness.
So you are the sole ruler of this land.
I rule everything. It's all mine.
How did you get in your position? I guess I don't really understand.
Well, you see, decades ago there was a big, big war in your lands, and I had to lead an army to defend the forest, to stop all of the trees from being burned down and all of the little animals from being murdered.
All right, so you have experience in leading wars. That's good.
He was there too, but he didn't want to keep his word. He wanted to leave, and I didn't because I thought it was a very naughty thing to do. And there was an uprising.
Or she said that war was decades ago.
Yes, she did.
We are humans. We know when that war was, right? Was it decades ago?
Absolutely not. It was 4 years, about 3 years ago in your term.
Okay.
Huh.
You said it was decades ago.
Oh yes, long time ago.
So time works differently here.
Well, yes, this is the Feywilds. Time moves much slower here.
So several hours here is not necessarily several hours at home.
No, it's just minutes from where you come from.
So I'm gonna move over to Kyla and kind of nudge her in the shoulder and be like, "You have hope, yes."
What?
You're not old anymore.
Looks pretty old to me.
Kyla, get it? If we return home, it's probably still the same day we left.
Well, no, wouldn't it be the other way?
If time moves slower here.
Time moves... light bulb.
Wait.
No, wait. Because if time moves slower here, I'm going to be even older when I get back.
Well, it's all relative. I could go into the whole long or short of time and relativity, but we don't have time for that.
Listen, what kind of book could we give you that would prove our... No, gift. Sorry, my fault.
I like books. Do you have a book?
Well, it just so happens.
Lana likes to read.
I have a... well... Ooh, I actually was trying to plan from an earlier time that I didn't do. And it just always slipped on my tongue. Well, no, you won't like my book. It won't make any sense. No offense.
Let me ask you a question, Queen Lana. Would you be perhaps interested in a pearl of power?
Is it pretty?
Absolutely. It's gorgeous.
Maybe.
May I approach?
I suppose so.
So I'm gonna slowly come up and sorry, Dilgar, and show her the necklace around my neck, and be like, just one of these powerful pieces can catapult a great energy forward at whatever target you choose.
You mean if I throw it?
Yes.
Why would I throw it? It's pretty.
Then you can keep it. You can do whatever you want with it, Queen. Whatever you choose to do. All right. So I'm going to pick off one of them, and I'm going to drop it in her hand.
Okay, she picks it up.
Don't throw it yet.
Yeah, but do not throw. If you do, it will explode. So just a FYI.
Clearly, you are good. You get to live.
Oh, did you hear that? I'm going to turn around to the rest of the group.
I have something.
That was cool. I'm going to walk back around.
I'm going to start digging around my bag. I have this, and I pull out one of the rubies that I was given.
Okay.
And then I just hold it up. It's shiny.
That looks pretty too. Bring it to me.
Okay, I'm gonna step forward and hand her my ruby.
Okay. She takes it and holds it up and starts squinting and look at it through, like looking up at the sky through it.
Oh, it's very pretty. Yes, you're clearly nice as well.
Yeah. I know.
Here, my queen, and I'm gonna approach and take out my water skin because I never drink water anymore. This has brought me much life and sustenance. I'm just gonna place it on the ground at the bow.
Okay, you see her kind of like twisting her head left and right and looking at you rather curiously.
You smell funny.
Yes, I fell in a mud pit not too far back. It was a pond, and I got a little dirty.
Fell in a pond and got dirty. Wouldn't that have made you clean?
Well, no, climbing out of it, I had to claw out from the dirt in the ground.
What's in that bag of skin?
Bag of skin? What bag of skin?
The water skin.
It's
When you get it.
It's a water skin. It's for drinking liquid water.
Why would I want to drink water out of someone else's skin?
Because it has survived many years with me. It's the only thing of value I have.
Plus, if you blow air into it, it gets all poofy. You might want to give it a try.
She reaches down and gingerly picks it up off the floor. And tips out all the water. And she blows it up, and the air immediately goes...
Well, you have to close it.
How can I close it if I'm blowing into it?
Just really quick.
But what good is it? And it's not very pretty.
Well, it's a fun way to hit someone without hurting them.
Oh.
Like a pillow fight.
And immediately she leans forward and smacks Emlyn on the head.
I have horns on, but they're curved backwards, right? So I'm just taking it. I'm just letting it happen.
She's like,
I'm looking at her.
Yes, this is quite fun. Okay. You're very stinky, but I suppose you can live.
I live. Thank you. I want to back up, kind of bowing as I go.
As you're backing up, you notice her like, and she whacks one of the minotaurs with it.
Well, what about you, old woman?
Oh.
Are
Well,
you nice or nasty?
I do have something, but from my understanding, only the truly, really, really, truly nice people can hold it.
No good to me, then.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at Kyla. Well,
Have anything else? Something that nice people don't have to hold?
Give her something.
Well, there's one thing. It's a little sneaky. And then
I like sneaky things.
I'm gonna pull out the little lock that I have.
Okay.
And since I don't have the cloak, I don't have any fun way to use it anymore. Stupid Emlyn. I'm gonna go ahead and present that.
Okay, she looks at it.
If you clasp that onto something, it disappears.
Really?
No, not disappears as much as you can't see it anymore.
And you see her kind of looking around for something to clasp it to.
I don't really have have anything.
I'm just gonna point at the horn of the Minotaur really quick.
She kind of reaches up on her tippy toes and like tries to, and nothing really happens.
I think it's broken.
Maybe it needs to not be alive. Truth be told, I haven't had the opportunity to use it myself.
Then how do you know it works?
Well, I had a very nice wizard tell me so. I'm going to look over my shoulder at Thelonious.
Do you have a chest or some kind that you can close?
Not with me, no.
A backpack, maybe?
No.
Do you think on that carriage you can maybe? I'm going to point over to the thing she rode in on with the slug thing. No.
She's kind of looking at it and pondering for a moment. And then you see her jump down and run over to it and like clasp it around. Like it's got these like two semicircular rails that kind of come up and over for her to hold on to climb up into, and she clasps it onto one of those. And then
it's gone! But it's still there. That's rather interesting. But how do I find it again to take it off? Because it's gone too.
I'm looking at Kyla.
Well, you have to feel around for it, I suppose.
Feel around for it? I can't find it. It's not here. Where's my carriage gone? I want my carriage back!
If I may help look for it.
Just come and find it for me!
I'm going to very kind of cautiously and awkwardly walk over there. I'm going to look for the lock.
All right. I mean, you knew approximately where the rail was, so it's obviously probably slipped to one side or the other.
Yeah.
With human common sense, it doesn't take you very long to find the lock at all.
Okay. And I'll just try and take it off of there.
Okay, yep, and it reappears.
It's not very pretty, but it's quite fun. Okay, I accept. You two are not nasty. You also don't get to die.
Thank you.
So that's
Great.
everyone then, right? We're good, we're good.
Thank you, Your
Yes.
Majesty.
Can we talk to that wizard guy?
We have decided not to kill you.
Hooray!
Thank you.
So you want the wizard, do you?
Yes.
Okay. He's all yours. You can have him. As long as you take him home again.
Wow.
Absolutely. We'll be on our way post-haste.
Yes, there is one teeny-weeny, tinsy-tiny catch.
I figured there probably would be, and what is it?
The Dark Fae stole him. You'll have to take him back from them.
Oh.
So what?
The Dark Fae, they stole him.
Yes, I thought you said that he was in your custody.
Well, he was. But he's not now.
Did he?
Or devils.
Did he have any belongings when you apprehended him that we can look over and through?
I don't recall. I don't think so. Not he had anything.
Do you know the direction that he could be, or perhaps where their base
we
of
know
operations
exactly
is?
where he is.
Oh, splendid.
I suppose we could have someone take you there.
Yeah, it would be much quicker that
Alright.
way.
If only there was some clever creature who was relatively sneaky and very knowledgeable about the area. And I'm just looking at the kitsune because I know it's going to bother him if he gets chosen.
As soon as you do that, you notice him or it, whether it's male or female, it sinks down as low between the little pile of rocks as it can,
And really good at hiding really
fox?
low in rocks.
Okay, she says,
So you want the Kitsune, do you? Come out! Come out now! Come on, you wretched fox!
and you see it kind of like come out and this look of utter despair and depression and misery on its face as it slowly comes sauntering over, stopping about halfway, glances up at her and then looks at you, and you see it like...
One for one.
Lead them to the cave of banishment, where the dark fae live. Take them there.
Well, I can do that. I absolutely can do that, but I'm not going in, you see. I'm not going in. No, I can't go in.
You don't have to go in. You just have to take them there.
Can't say no to that, Fox. And you.
No, I can't say no to the Queen at all.
To dispose of these dark fae creatures, we would need our equipment back, Your Majesty.
Although it could be rather entertaining to watch you try to do it without them. But it wouldn't be very fair. I suppose so. You can have it. You can have your stuff back. I don't want it anyway. It's too big for me.
Thank you, Queen.
Except this.
And she takes one of the arrows.
I'm keeping this.
Take two.
Very,
Okay.
Hey.
We are very charitable,
And
as
like-
you see. I don't use them. I don't care.
There was no reason to do that, though.
Fine.
To show how
You
good we are.
must go. Follow that wretched fox creature. It will take you to the cave. If you manage to get in there and come out alive with the person you're looking for, I will probably let you leave. Probably.
It
So-
sounds like about a 60% chance I could take it.
Yeah, good enough. The coin
So
flip.
we retrieve him and return here, right? Is that the game?
I never thought of it as a game.
Well, why don't we just get him, recapture him, take him back to where we need to leave? Why, cut the middleman out altogether.
No, come here. And then I can make sure we escort you out of our realms, and then we can close the portal once you're gone.
Part of me wants to think that if this is a game, maybe we could make it a race.
A race?
Maybe the first one to get the wizard and come back wins?
Between the four of you, I like that
Four
idea.
of us, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna start.
No, I was thinking...
Sprinting off.
Oh, very well.
What?
I'm going to start running too.
Right. Okay. The fox.
Do you know where you're running?
The fox sits
No,
down
I
on the
look at
floor
the
with a
fox.
grin on its face.
Wait, Fox. You go first.
Aren't we getting our equipment
Oh,
back?
yeah.
right.
Dumbasses.
That's what you should do.
Still
You should
gonna
let Kyla and Tolgar run all the way there, and
I
then
figured
you'll
we
be
went
sitting
and
there
got him when
going,
she said it was fair, but yeah.
the penny will drop soon. They'll be back. Okay. So you all regain all your gear and your weapons.
Yay.
Come along, then, I suppose. I'll take you to the entrance. But as I've said before, I'm not going in there.
That's fine. I want to win.
Is that part of a deception, perhaps,
I
where
want
you
you to
actually
win.
are going to go in there?
Oh, no. That would be foolhardy and dangerous, and they might hurt me and ruin my beautiful fur.
How long's the journey?
How beautiful is his fur?
Oh, I mean, it's a very, very vibrant, bright red that kind of, as the wind blows it, it kind of looks like it's got a sheen of purple underneath.
That purple sheen turned it from like 80 gold pieces to 160. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, the pelt alone must be.
Are we all able to deal with more dark fae? I'm going to be looking specifically at Tolgar.
That's why I'm asking how long this journey is, so I can take a nap or something.
Well, you all had a big
we had a rest.
An 8-hour rest.
One rest. That's 20% HP from 4
Yeah, but
HP. So
Tolgar was like near death, wasn't he?
I was very near
Should
death.
have
So
died.
that's why I'm trying to gauge if there's going to be a sleep during this, or if we're going to be there in 2 hours.
Well, with your slow legs, it'll probably take at least 2 days to get there. Of course, I could do it in less than 1.
Would you be ready to fight Tolgar in a couple of days?
Yes.
All right, then.
I'm always ready to fight, whether I'm dying or not. Are you?
Oh,
He's actually dead already. We're past that.
He just looks very decayed and decomposed.
All right, Mr. Fox, lead the way.
Very well, follow me. I hope you've got lots of delicious things to eat. I'm famished.
Sure, we can find something on the way.
All right, okay, and the creature disappears over to the tree line. Very, very quickly, it kind of like scampers over there, and then getting there, it stops and goes, "Are you coming?"
Yes.
I'm sprinting.
Yeah, I'm perpetually going at a decent pace because I don't retire, so I'm going to be following it like a machine.
Okay. All right, so into the trees you go. This is much like you're just kind of going through the canopy of the forest. There's no trails to follow at this point. Initially there is, and the trail kind of veers off to the left, but the kitsune kind of looks at you and she goes, "Oh, we're not going that way. We're going through the forest. If we follow the trail, we're bound to be found out. I hope you're not too noisy."
No.
As it scampers off into the brush.
I mean,
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, basically,
it takes 3 days with the old one.
Basically, as you're heading through the trees, the ground is kind of, in a usual forest, you expect to see some greenery and stuff like that, a few toadstools, maybe the odd group of flowers where the sun shines through. But it almost seems like the trees pull aside almost courteously to allow different patches of fauna and grass underneath the canopy to get its fair share of sunlight. And you literally can see the canopies like moving periodically to open up, and beams of sunlight just kind of shine down in periodics. Like 1 minute they're here, then they're there. Because of that, the entire ground is covered in flowers and lush green plants. There's no kind of dead areas or patchy areas. Everything is incredibly vibrant. The trees themselves, again, you've got all the purples, the greens, the blues, many of which have got huge big flowers growing up in the canopies. And as a general rule, it doesn't feel so much like being in a forest, more like walking through some huge, big, over-exaggerated dreamscape. Every step that you make seems to make no noise whatsoever. Like, when you step down on the flowers seem to move to allow your foot to rest on the ground and not crush the flowers. They almost seem to be sentient in a way. And it's actually almost a fun game trying to step on the flowers as they and move to try to avoid it. But yeah, you travel on a good distance. The kitsune keeps disappearing ahead of you. But just when you think, oh god, he's pissed off, then suddenly his head will pop out from a group of flowers as he's like, hurry up, you're getting left behind. But it seems to be what he's really doing is like going ahead, scouting, coming back, checking on you, going ahead, scouting. About midday, he comes scampering right up to your feet and says, we must lay low. There's a patrol coming. I don't know what it is, but it smells bad.
The Queen's Patrol?
No. This isn't hers. This is something more sinister. We should all lay down in the flowers and try to disappear. That's easy
I don't
for me.
just lie down
I'm
and disappear.
small.
I face my challenges head on.
Oh, by all means, go rushing off to your future death. That doesn't bother me none.
Tolgar, your challenge is, for the foreseeable future, becoming like those rocks over there as much as you can.
Those ones there?
Those ones there.
gray
The ones
ones.
that kind of... the one that kind of looks like your head.
Yeah. I can do that if I want.
I'm just gonna lay down on my stomach. Just wait.
Okay. Is that all you're doing? Just gonna lay flat?
Yep.
Anyone wish to do anything other than that, or?
I'll try and tuck into a good hiding spot, maybe in some shrubs or something.
Yeah.
A shrubbery!
I'm gonna go by a rock, and I'm gonna go be a rock.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
show
gonna
you
cast.
guys.
I'm going to. Are we all kind of? I'm gonna lie down next to Emlyn, and I'm gonna cast minor illusion.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like over the top of us to make it look like essentially what I can see ahead of me, like the flowers and the, flowers and fauna and things of that nature, to make it kind of blend in a little more, like camouflage essentially.
Okay, give me a percentage dice roll.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot. Okay, here we go. We
I
want
did
high,
too.
right?
Yeah.
You want high, yes.
Okay, here we go.
And you
Get
make a
high,
boiling
come
pot of
on.
lava.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever rolled high ever.
All right,
Ever
okay.
on a 100.
So you
And
cast
you
the
play
spell,
Call of Cthulhu.
and your intention, as you said, is to have a canopy of very similar-looking flowers to appear. However, what actually happens, surprisingly, the flowers do exist. They do appear. However, they are all fluorescent yellow. All of them are fluorescent yellow. Which now means there's just one huge patch of fluorescent yellow in the middle of everything else.
Okay, I mean, am I able to dismiss a spell?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm taking that off immediately. And what?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just boom, I'm back. All right,
Okay.
sorry, Evan, I thought that might work.
You hear the kitsune go.
That was like a target on our backs.
Yeah,
Giggling.
well, this place does not go well with spells. I'm sure you've noticed.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I thought it might be a good idea, but no. Confounded place.
All right. Okay. So other than that, then you're all just laying flat.
Yeah, just hiding in.
Then everybody
Oh, shit.
go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Stealth, okay.
Oh.
It's not my best skill. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
There they go.
I give up. man.
Oh, Snugs!
Snugs.
Did I do it?
Snugs got it.
Hey! You got the 20.
Natural 20!
That snugs in with the first natural 20 of the night.
Yes, Emlyn, no.
So you just see my horns sticking straight out. It's like-
And you don't see me at all right next to him.
All right. Let's see. And if you bet on Snugs, you won gold.
I'm just imagining his skin
Alright.
is all wrinkly, kind of blends with his robe, and his robe is all kind of gray, and the light's shimmering on it, so
Yeah.
it looks like he's just some kind of saggy, sad boulder.
What I think it is it's very obvious that none of the flowers want to cover me because I'm dead. So everything's flipping away from me.
I thought they'd want to. You're like fertilizer. You're a walking bag of fertilizer.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
All right. So, yep, you're all kind of laying still, trying not to be seen. Azanthrax, thanks for the cheer, bud. And you notice what appears to be a patrol of... They kind of look... The closest thing you could recognize them to be would maybe be gnolls, except their fur is like a vibrant blue, and they have like almost huge big tufts of fur at the top, almost like a huge mohawk. And the only things they're wearing are loincloths and what appear to be necklaces made out of different types of mushrooms and toadstools. For weapons, each one is carrying a small handheld trident. They're kind of walking parallel to where you guys are laying. So you're all laying deadly quiet, unable to move, watching them march effortlessly past. Then one of them suddenly stops and goes... and starts to sniff the air. It nudges one of the others. And what languages does everybody speak?
None. No languages.
Where do we see that background?
Yeah.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Elvish. That's it.
Okay.
Common, Infernal, Sylvan, and Primordial.
Common.
Ah, okay. And then, so basically, one of them nudges and says something in a guttural language you don't understand. And then they all start going... Now, all is about 6 of them. And they are now getting kind of crouching and sniffing the air, and they are sniffing in your direction as they are... The entire column suddenly kind of turns as they begin to head directly towards you guys, sniffing slowly, holding their tridents at the ready.
So seeing this and knowing that I smell, I'm going to quietly under my breath try to cast invisibility on myself.
Oh my God.
On yourself? Okay.
Oh, I got to roll a 1d100. Yep.
Where's that gonna do?
48. Okay. So basically it works, but doesn't work. Think of it like a predator shield. You are invisible, but when you move, there is like a shimmery outline of you.
Okay.
Okay, so if I roll, they would obviously see the flowers either getting trampled.
Yeah, they would see something flattening all the fauna across to the side.
Do they have any ranged weapons?
In theory, they could throw those tridents.
Okay.
But I mean, the tridents are maybe only 3.5 long. They're designed for short stabbing, not really throwing. So they probably could have thrown far.
I mean, my assumption is if I just lay still, they would circle around me smelling something not right. So I'm going to get up and immediately run. I'm going to use a dash action, basically. Well, I'm getting up first. But I'm going to run away from them.
Okay. Like
and
directly
as I do so,
backwards, or...
Kind of, yeah. I'm going back to the way because I'm kind of familiar with that way, I guess. And I'm going to just say, stay here. And I'm just going to start running. So you can see like a shimmering shield of me running.
Okay, so basically you get up and bolt with the intention, I'm guessing, of trying to at least draw their attention and pull them away from the rest of the group, or at least get them to... All right, well, we can try that, but you know what? Let's take a short break before we do, because I have a stinking suspicion there might be a fight coming, and that might drag things on. So we'll take a short break now. Through the woods towards you, our heroes had all laid down flat trying to hide them, except Emlyn was basically reeking like a dead thing, being that he is a dead thing, and they smelt him out. They changed their beeline path and are now heading directly towards our heroes. Emlyn cast basically a non-perfect invisibility spell, jumped up, and you're planning to run in the opposite direction, I'm taking it, right? Okay,
but now seeing at how they're approaching, I wouldn't just run back, because then they just run over these guys. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, you can, in just a second, you can show me which way you want to run.
Okay. Ooh, I'm purple.
Yeah, because that's just to show that you have your invisibility spell on. Okay. All right, so where do you want to run to?
So I'm going to be running this way.
Okay, all right. So you get up and take a dash action.
Yeah, which is actually just 30 feet, because getting up is like some movement too. So
all right. Okay. So yep. You guys are all laying there. Suddenly, Emlyn jumps up and runs for it. Immediately,
Oh my god.
all of them stop and squint because again, he's kind of like the movie Predator. He's not fully invisible, but there's like a shimmering outline of him as he runs past the trees. The trees like don't look right. With their keen eyesight, they see that, and immediately they all begin to rush.
They're scared of ghosts.
In that direction to where Emlyn is running. Okay,
Let's just leave him.
they're obviously not looking at you guys at this point. Do you wish to do anything, or
Not yet.
Yeah, if they're not looking this way, I'd probably try and, like, I guess work my way over to, like, behind a tree for cover.
okay, you want to try it now when they're that close, or you want to kind of wait until they've passed you?
I imagine I would have tried that when I heard about them being there. I guess it's weird.
Well, in that case,
lying
then,
across
you
her.
will need to make a dice roll for that. Because if you're going to try to do that...
I mean, more like, I was just saying, like, when we were hiding, I probably would have tried to find a better spot than in the middle of the crossroad.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought I was behind a rock or something.
well, you all kind of said you laid down in the grass, I thought, in the flowers, but, Oh, actually, no, Satch, you did say you tried to, so
Yeah,
I will
I
say
tried
you're
to fit.
probably tucked in behind this tree.
Okay.
That would have been viable. And... I guess we can put you there as well, seeing as you did mention that. Okay, that works. All right. So, from your vantage point, you just want to leave them?
Yeah, I was just going to try and, like, I guess, get a good scope of where they're going, and then kind of cinch my way up the tree and be ready to turn and shoot if I need.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that they are following the footsteps and the crushed flowers and the movement of the undergrowth as Emlyn flees to the east.
Goodbye, Emlyn.
They all go, did you hear that? Look, oh, look, there's a big barbarian over there. I just heard him. He spoke.
No, it's one of those talking rocks.
Yeah.
That's why I sounded
No,
so sad.
I'm doing my best to be like a rock right now.
Right. All right.
So Gore, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Can I tell that they're following the footsteps and not like Emlyn himself? Like, can I see them like tracking?
Give me a go ahead and give me an insight check for that.
Okay.
Oh.
Too difficult to tell. Their head movement is too erratic. They're clearly running in Emlyn's direction, whether they're following the shimmer, the crushed grass, or the smell. I'll go ahead and say this much. You're pretty sure that what they're doing is they're following their eyes at this point, and not because they're no longer sniffing the air. So obviously it's visual. Whatever it is that they're tracking in on is visual.
Okay, does it seem like, because he was next to me when he cast the spell, when he was still, was it harder to see him and instead of when he moves?
Oh,
absolutely. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
When he's still, he's really, the invisibility is a lot more prolific. But when he actually moves, obviously, A, he's got a shimmer around him, and B, there's all of the brush getting flattened as he runs through it. So that's a fairly easy thing to see.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Levitate on Emlyn. So that it raises him off the ground so he doesn't make the tracks.
Pop up, levitate for me.
Sure.
I'm so glad.
I can't remember if it's 1 or 2. I think it's 2. Yeah.
Do it.
I just have so many spells.
I have so many spells. Oh, unlike you, Emlyn, who only have a handful to worry about.
Okay, there you go. Popped it up.
All right. Okay, so the range is 60 feet, so you are in range.
Okay.
Okay, one creature or object of your choice that you can see. I'm going to say that you can see Emlyn. A, because he got up next to you and ran, so you saw the shimmer, which would make it easier for you to see. Of course, before you cast the spell, we might need a percentage dice roll to see what actually happens.
You're gonna rocket me into the sky.
71.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rocket you into the sky.
I'm gonna Merlin you, dude.
Okay, one creature. Yeah, kind of, sorta.
Because it's like powerful, right?
It's basically.
So you cast levitate, and literally, Emlyn, you are torn from the ground, torn from the ground, and hurled vertically up about 30 feet.
Yeah, I want him to go. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted to do too, straight up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, levitate, you know.
I wouldn't resist this anyway, because. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're good. So I'm just like there, kind of running.
So you're
in
not
place.
resisting it. Why?
Because these things have tridents, and I know Thelonious is a mage and a wizard.
So you're
and I've seen him levitate before, so I'm assuming it's a friendly spell because he's levitated things before.
All right. Okay. I mean, it's pretty damn aggressive. I mean, you're snatched from the ground and hurled in the air, not lifted slowly like normal. But that's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
your logic is at least sound enough for me to accept it. Okay. So you go flying straight up in the air. Okay. Are you doing anything else, Theo, or are you staying put other than that?
No, I'm kind of hoping that if they ran off in that direction, they're going to just keep going in that direction. That's kind of my hope.
Okay.
But I'm still going to stay quiet.
Well, what we are going to do is we are going to make a perception check for them to see whether they notice or whether they just continue running in that direction.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to put the difficulty for about 15. Let's see. So the odds are in your favor, but let's see how this plans out.
All right.
20.
16. Okay. Well, they all rush over to kind of here. They kind of do run further. But then they slow down, and you kind of notice them stop and begin to look around. Like, seems like they lost the trail. Anything else you want to try, anybody?
I will use my class feature, Awaken Mind.
Uh-huh.
Can I see Thelonious from my vantage point? Because I know he's flying on the ground, but I'm off.
You're 30 feet in the air. Yeah, you can see him.
I'm going to say, hold me here.
Hold me.
Planning on
Hold me.
Those
Hold
words are
me.
just going to go in your mind. You know. Just
Okay, that's what I'll do.
All right. Okay, so you're just hovering 30 feet in the air. Okay. Any of the other three of you wish to do anything this turn?
Very quiet.
Hide better.
We're hunting rabbits.
No.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, what they start to do then is disperse out into kind of like a wider pattern. They continue in that direction, but they've kind of made more like a bigger line, and you notice that they're standing about probably 10 feet apart, and they're swatting their tridents from the left to the right, almost as if they're trying to flush out some wild game from the undergrowth. Like it looks like their logic, they think he's gone to ground. That's why everything stopped running. You know, they saw the movement stop, and they think he's gone to ground here somewhere. So they're like swatting at the bushes, and generally speaking, stabbing at any large plot and any large patches of undergrowth that could be large enough to conceal somebody.
Okay, I have something I'd like to do.
Okay.
I'd like to cast silence in our general area.
All right. The general vicinity.
General vicinity. It's my one level 2 spell. It's the best. It's the best.
The sound of
There it is.
silence.
Okay.
All right. So a 20-foot radius sphere.
40-foot diameter. I mark it diameter because then there's a confusion. It goes 40 feet across.
40-foot diameter.
No snapping, please. Okay. Yep. That's diameter, yeah. 20-foot radius.
Be 20. So basically.
Yep.
This area here, this radar area.
And then seeing that they kind of fanned out in generally this direction here, right?
Yep.
I'm going to fire an arrow from the silent zone off in that direction of the woods so that it kind of rattles through the trees over there.
All right, so you just want to like shoot it as hard as you can through the lower canopy of the trees?
Yeah, as to not hit things until really far away.
Yeah, okay. All right, not a problem. So it goes rattling through the trees. Immediately, with their keen hearing, they do hear it, and instantly you notice all of them turn and start charging in that direction.
Okay, then I'm going to get out from behind the tree and kind of like gesture at everybody like, come on. And start working my way sneakily as I can through the lower area here where they wouldn't be able to see us, out of the vicinity.
All right, and heading north? Okay.
Yep.
But, well, yeah, the kitsune has popped his head up here and is like, kind of nodding his head in that direction. All right, what do you want to do? Emlyn, you're kind of floating in the midair.
Well, I don't hear Kyla say, let's go, but I see the gesture, right?
Yeah.
If you're watching them, yeah.
So I will use my Awaken Mind feature to say, put me down.
All right. I will. Am I able to like float him over to an area over here?
With
sure
levitate,
up and down, I think.
I think you'll find the target. He can be moved, but he has to like push or pull against something. He'd have to grab something.
He has to go up or down. You can move him up or down.
Yeah, you can move him up or down. He can propel himself as long as he's got something to push or pull against. But he doesn't.
Not even the tree there?
He could pull himself along from there to there. But once he gets to the edge of that tree, he's got nowhere to go.
What if he pushes himself off the tree?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But okay, then if not, I'll put him down then.
All right.
I'll put him down.
Okay, Emlyn, give me a dex save. Because unfortunately, you go down as quick as you come up. So it kind of hurtles you towards the ground pretty fast. With the screw up of the spell, yes. Normally,
the spell's screwed up?
No. Sorry. Right? No. I take that back.
Oh, thank God. I was like, what do I have to roll? I rolled a 71.
Yeah, you did roll well. Sorry, I was thinking about the last one that was
that totally
in the 20s.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
yes, it was bad.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You're able to put him down.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank God, because
I'm glad you reminded. I'm glad you said that, because otherwise I would have probably. I mean, you only got a D6 damage, worst case scenario. But hey, okay. So you bring Emlyn to the ground,
and I'm gonna wait for these creatures to like be further away, and I'm gonna start moving, following Kyla. Right.
All right. So basically, once they're no longer in any kind of vision, you want to scurry that way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No problem. You managed to escape the vicinity without conflict. Yay! Well done. And continue on for the rest of that day. Eventually, it gets to the equivalent of night, where it's never black here. It's not dark like night. It just becomes a much deeper, darker, kind of a purplish hue across the skies. So you can still all see, to some degree. Even humans can see fairly well in this form of night, their equivalent of night. But it's starting to get late, and of course you are... One thing that does occur in the Feywilds is you still get tired, you still get weary. So at the end of a long day traipsing through the forest, especially poor old Theo is probably... His weary bones are beginning to ache.
Yes.
So what do you guys want to do? You can push on if you want, or
no, I think I want to do some map making. Can we stop for the night, please? Remember my maps? I start taking out the parchments, 15 pieces of paper. Now I can start doing the Feywild.
It's a mismeasure.
Instead of just...
Start mapping out the forest. Tree there, there's one there, there's one here, there's one over here.
There was the rocks I tried to be over here.
That one there moved.
That one there, alright. I'm going to put an X on it.
So basically you guys are just going to try to make a rest.
Yeah.
Anyone doing a watch of any kind, or are you all just going to...
Emlyn.
I'll be watching.
Mr. No Sleep.
Yep.
Mr. Creepy Watch, Mr. Creepy Watch You Sleep guy.
Yeah, Mr. Creepy Gargoyle type thing.
I imagine Emlyn sitting there rocking like this.
Oh, absolutely. I will be doing minor movements if any of them are somewhat awake to scare them. You know, they look over and they see me and like claws. Yeah. No,
God, who can sleep seeing that? Oh my God. Yep.
No. But I will be sitting very still like a gargoyle.
Kyla rolls over, opens up one eye, and she sees Emlyn going. All right, okay.
Can anyone heal here before we go to sleep? Or
don't think.
Can anyone do that?
Do
I don't
any of
remember.
you guys have any form of healing? I don't think you do.
I thought Kyla did.
Like
no.
2 good berries.
Not until next level.
We have like 2 of those good berries left,
So
right?
that's
Yeah,
6
I
hit
still have
points
some good
worth.
berries.
And like 1 of those potions, or do we use them all? We might have used them all.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If
I never
I
had
have a
any.
good
I'd
berry.
have to review the footage.
I have a good berry. I'm out of potions.
Reasons you're supposed to update your sheets as you go.
Yeah, no, I don't have any potions left because I gave it to someone.
See,
Gave
I
it to
thought
me,
I'd write
and then
in
I
the
used
notes.
Yeah,
And then
I
I'd
was
update
right.
the sheet. But then I get sleepy.
Yeah, no, I Oh no, I do have 1 magic brew left. I take that back.
Okay.
I do. I have
So you got 1
5d8 of
dose
healing.
left.
Yeah, that's all. I have.
You got a
I've
dose.
5d8 of healing.
Well, 5d8 is a whole potion.
You have 1 dose left, so it's 1d8, right?
Yeah. Because remember, you could take 1 dose for a d8, 2 doses for 3d8,
dose.
or the
I
whole
see,
thing
I
for
see.
5d8. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so basically you have a 1d8 potion and 6 points in the form of the enhanced good berries. Not much.
Tolga, do you want to take the last sip? Of
But you
brew?
will all get a night's
no.
rest, so it's another
I
20%
think
plus
we
con
should,
bonus.
Except not for
Save
me.
this.
Okay.
No, you need to kill the kitsu. I mean, kill something.
Well, I just hold on to it for safekeeping then.
Yeah.
I will let you know,
Yeah.
Corey, if I do see any wildlife that's not the kitsune that's anywhere near me, which I doubt will happen, I will try to spring on it.
Okay.
Although I am pretty healthy at the moment. Like, I'm not...
I would say in an entire day, it is very reasonable to expect that you will stumble across some forms of wildlife. So I'll let you do a d8 worth of healing
Okay.
from life-leeching little critters
All right.
along the way.
Thank
There you go. 4 points.
Yay.
A toad.
Oh, look, a small bird. Okay.
I like hunting the rabbits.
And then you get your 20% plus con for everybody else.
Yay.
Okay.
Ooh,
And the
that helped a
night
little.
goes safely and uneventfully.
Yes.
Spell's back.
All right. And another full day's travel, according to the Kitsune, is ahead of you. So, nonetheless, you travel on through the undergrowth. You're starting to notice now you kind of go down a fairly steep incline. It's not steep enough to where anybody's tripping and stumbling, but you are doing that kind of, odd leaning back thing that you do when you go down a grassy hill to stop yourself, and if you was to start running, you probably wouldn't stop very easily. Kind of takes you down what appears to be into the base of almost some kind of hillside basin. You're also noticing that the trees are becoming a little more separated, a little more sparse. And late afternoon, before it gets dark at all, peering through the tree line, this is what you are able to see.
Ooh.
Apparently nothing, because it just rebounded back to where you were.
Yay!
Yay. All right.
Ooh.
Here are you guys. Here's the kitsune. I'm assuming that you aren't going to all pour out into the clearing, so I'm going to put you here in the trees. All right. Yep, so you can see, as I said, it's kind of like late afternoon, so it's beginning to get dark, which basically means a light purple hue everywhere. You can still see, but shadows are becoming harder to see. You know, your shadows aren't really being visible. Ahead of you, you can see a clearing. And up against the other side of the basin is what appears to be some kind of cave entrance. Loitering outside of the cave entrance, however, is two of those things that you battled once before here.
Boy.
That have the long talons and the bright white eyes. They seem to be like crouching and almost like a predatory fashion, but they're not leaving the cave entrance. They're obviously some kind of sentry or guard. And this music now is entirely too pleasant for that, so let's go a little bit more sinister. Give me sinister. Give me
Bring me the
sinister.
pain.
Give me death.
I want the pain.
Okay.
That
It just takes me right back to.
I wish that could be my text noise whenever you text.
Just
Jack.
that first.
I'll send it. I'll send it to you.
I'm like, oh, there he is. I know who that is.
Junk Farmer, get on it. Make it a soundbite.
Please,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Right, the clearing itself, as you can tell, it's quite wide. It's probably a good 70 to 80 feet across to get to the other side. You can see that there is tree cover kind of around the edges, but only a couple of trees between you and them. The rock piles that you can see are all too small for anybody of your size to hide behind.
Okay.
Is there... What is the story with these things, guide?
Are you saying that to the kitsune?
Yeah.
Those are the dark fae, or a variety of them, yes. They've all been twisted by corruption and evil.
Nice.
And is what we're looking at right now the only thing we're about to see if we enter that cave?
I don't know. I very much doubt it. Besides, I think he's in there still. He's probably still in there.
And what would these creatures want with a wizard of our plane?
Oh, I'm sure that these are just minions. I'm sure it's him that wants him. Perhaps he wants to manipulate him, use him in some fashion.
Who's him?
He that was banished, the former ruler.
And who is this former ruler?
Oh, he was the prince before Queen Lana took over.
No. More details, please.
Well, what would you like to know?
Lana said that he didn't want to be part of the fight there.
Well, from what I wasn't there, of course, I'm too young, but from what I recall, they made a pact, a promise that they would defend the forest if anything came and attacked it. Once the war started and the final battle happened, I heard it was on a great plain on some rolling hills. he said it was clear that the enemy weren't coming to the city, and there was no reason to stay, so he wanted to leave. But Queen Lana didn't. She said that she owed the humans her allegiance, and the forces were divided. They began to fight amongst themselves. And then when we came home, there was a huge battle here, and he was overthrown and banished, and they nominated Lana the new queen.
So
is she the reason we lost the war?
From what I understand, you didn't lose.
Oh, I certainly did lose.
Well,
that's right, because Tolgar was on the wrong side.
Yeah. My entire tribe was demolished.
Well, I
hate her.
I don't believe the battle had anything to do with the Fae in the end. We never came into play at all, from what I understand, because the vile forces of the enemy never made it to the city walls.
That's an interesting thought. So Lana drags you all into foreign affairs, as it were, gets all tangled up in that, and on some virtue leads the Fae against itself, causing a war all its own.
It was a civil uprising, you see. Or should I say, uncivil.
is there any way we can talk to this fallen prince without having to fight our way through?
Oh, I very much doubt it. He was never one for being patient, and he always had a violent temper, from what I understand. And now, of course, after he was banished from the light, he's become somewhat twisted and warped. I doubt that what's left of him in there is anything you can reason with, but you can try. Yeah,
So-
let me shudder Snugs just for a second.
Thanks, I'll be right back.
Hold on, where are you? There you go, you're good.
Thank you.
Do you know of anything he would want that could fight against Lana?
I know that he used to be very bound by his word. Of course, I don't know that that still holds anymore.
A man of his word. I like this guy. If it's still true. How
See-
can we get an audience with him without having to destroy everything in order to get in there?
Well, I don't know that you can, you see. He can't leave the cave.
Why not?
Well, that was part of his banishment. He was banished for all eternity to stay inside the cave. And no magic that us Fae know would allow him to escape.
Could we send in a message? I'm gonna look at Emlyn. Can you do that?
I don't know that you can get anything past those two vile and vicious creatures. They have no sense of compassion. I'm sure that they will tear you limb from limb as soon as you approach.
How about just a mental message?
Oh, I don't
when I
know
can hear you
anything
in my
about
brain,
such
you
things,
know what
I'm
talking about,
afraid.
Emlyn?
But, my part of the bargain was to bring you this far. I've done my job. If you, would excuse me, I'm going to report back to Her Majesty and let her know that you have arrived safe and sound.
Should we have more questions?
How will we get back to the Queen when we finish our mission?
Oh, weren't you paying attention? Follow the path the way we came.
Well, there was some parts that were just through the woods without the path.
Well, there were no obvious path, no, but after all, we we did come this way. Did you not mark your surroundings? Didn't you smell your way through? Didn't you smell the different scents that would lead you back that way?
Oh, we do have some maps.
We have
How
Tolgar
about-
maps.
You leave
We
some...
do.
How about you leave a path on the wood of the trees returning that we could look for?
I suppose I could do that, yes. Very well.
Right,
You know how to scratch numbers or something?
No, what he actually does is he runs over to you, cocks his leg and pees a little bit on your right leg.
I let him.
Okay.
And then he says, just follow that scent.
And then he runs off into the undergrowth.
Is it bad that he smells better?
He's got a sickly sweet smell about him now. Okay.
And you, Emlyn?
What?
The mine message.
Usually that happens to things I could see. It has...
Use that weird eyeball, just throw it in the cave.
What eyeball?
The thing that you can see into rooms with.
Yes, you are aware that I no longer have the required components to do that.
You don't have the eyeball?
It was stolen by Midgard.
Midgard, what is that man up to?
That's actually not a bad question, but for another time, I guess. Right?
Well, hopefully he's somewhere behind us.
Yes. We no longer recouped the items that were lost, because it was a valuable item.
Strange man, that Midgard. For someone so selfish, he's very short-sighted.
So what are we going to do?
I'm going to almost jokingly lift my bow up like I'm about to shoot.
I mean, Tolgar, you fought these things before. They, you can withstand them, no?
They go down fairly easy, but they give off a mighty blow.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again.
I could try telling another joke. It almost worked, I think.
Try it on me first, see if I laugh.
Oh, no, that was a joke. Did you not laugh at that?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. I guess that answers my
Probably.
question.
Probably best that we don't laugh anywhere near earshot.
Yes, well, I just trying to think outside the box.
You dig it in the cave.
Well, here's the thing that we don't want them to do. Call for help.
Yes.
So maybe you could do your wall of force all across the entrance, so they're stuck out here?
Yes, I was thinking of doing that.
But then when the wall's gone,
They'll be dead.
but whatever's behind it will probably flood out, yes? I don't think we can handle all that at once.
Well, not unless they don't know that we are here. We block off the wall, kill these things, and then hope that they're not heard.
Sounds like an assassination job.
Maybe there's another entrance.
We're not doing that again.
How long
I
would it
don't wanna
take
do
how
that
long would
again.
it take for us to tunnel through the mountain to make
please
another?
Please, God, no other entrances.
What if I use my pick up rocks and move them to the side feet? How long would it take then?
Well, I'm ready for my part of the plan here. As soon as you tell me go.
I could silence the area.
How can we? I could do an invisibility on us all, but it might not work. Heck, none of this might not work.
True.
But are we willing to try?
Yes, it could all very easily be for aught or ill.
We could try to cover that entrance and see if that at least works, because that lasts for a while, right?
Yes, it is essentially a silent happening, I do believe. It's not some sort of like a...
Yeah,
crack
the
of
wall doesn't
thunder.
appear with a huge fanfare.
Yeah,
The wall!
unless
Well,
I wanted to.
However, the semantic is you do need at least a half a dozen Mexicans to pay for it. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
That's all. Well, Thelonious, if you want to do this, I guess we can try.
I'm just thinking if there's any way we can distract one from the other,
Theo's dad jokes, right?
not have to fight both at the same time. Because among us, there's one of us able to take a hit, and there's two of them able to deal multiple hits at a time,
What if you all hide up in the trees? And, I don't know.
and wait for them to scratch our eyes out. Good idea.
Well, I do have certain tricks up my sleeve that could hinder them from moving, or perhaps at least throw them down so Todiel might be able to take only one of them at a time.
If I manage with this cursed landscape to actually land a spell on these two, I'm not the best at it, but I might be able to quiet down the area, and if we do that, those big tentacle-y things would be great.
Ooh, I haven't used those in quite a while, actually. I've been waiting for the opportune moment, and this could possibly be it.
Well, no matter what we do, we should focus fire one of them.
Try and stop both from moving. If one moves, hit that. If both move, fight as hard as we can.
But first wall off the behind them.
Yeah, that's just step one, I assume.
Okay.
And then if that doesn't
Just
work...
don't mess that one up.
Well, unfortunately, it's a bit out of my control, but I will do my best.
The trouble is we're dealing with we have a lot of steps here where this could go wrong. Not just with our normal skirmish style of dealing with things, but with the unpredictable quality of the landscape. If I'm casting a spell and you're casting a spell and he's casting a spell, that's risky.
Well, we're going to be doing this the entire time, I feel.
So we go for it.
Unless anyone wants to give me a weapon, I'll just fight with it.
Would it help you? You seem to be doing quite well with your hands. What's left of them? Nasty things. Like, normally I wouldn't let you touch me, but now... Well, it might be interesting.
Just let me know when to charge and what I should avoid running over or on top of.
So, Tolga,
So I
you're
don't
moving
also
out
get-
into the
Oh.
clearing?
No.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Just let me
Suddenly,
know when.
Tolga steps out.
Hello!
Hey, you guys!
All right, Thelonious, give it a try.
All right, so
Alright.
what's the
Let
game
me-
plan?
Let me try and quiet them first. That way, any sounds that happen in the vicinity don't exist.
Okay.
It is a spell too.
That's not what I want.
Aye. It is a spell too.
All right.
So 120 range.
Yeah, you're good. I'm just checking your distances. Okay, yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw my bow, point the arrow, and I'm just gonna whisper under my breath, "Poke my horn."
And you're dropping silence. Where do you want to drop it?
Right in between the two.
Okay, so literally you're
Yep.
dropping it there.
Yep.
All right, which is going to give you...
Whoop. And I gotta do the thing.
So basically silence this far out, this far into the cave. So yeah, this area here is a silent area. All right. Let me make a dice roll. Four. Okay, the second the arrow hits the ground.
No, it's not an arrow.
Oh, I thought you said you were firing an arrow.
No, I was just holding the arrow up, like
Oh, okay.
I was ready to shoot,
okay.
but I'm
I thought you
casting
were doing
it.
some kind of.
No, it's a spell.
Alright, okay, no, in that case, don't worry about it then.
Yep.
Okay, so yep, you've got the you have a zone of silence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that worked.
In theory.
That was good. Okay. So then I'm going to
Oh,
cast.
he rolled it, so we don't know if it worked or not.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to cast Wall of Force to cover the cave up.
No, I haven't rolled. You've got to roll your percentage dice if that's what you're asking.
Oh, okay.
No, that was
Yeah,
for
'cause-
that was to see if that was when I was
Oh, okay.
thinking that it was an arrow. I was rolling to see if they noticed it or not.
Okay, that was my question.
I need my 1d100 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So actually, with an 87, you have almost. So that actually you have a 35-foot radius. So you have got a much larger area.
That's huge.
Nice.
Okay.
So this
Nice.
whole area here, but that also means in 35
Vertical
foot
scale.
inside the cave would be quiet as well, which could be more important. Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to cast Wall of Force.
Wall of Force. An invisible wall of force springs into existence at a point you choose within range. I'm assuming you're dumping it right behind them.
Yep, I'm just gonna put it right in front of the cave mouth
Alright.
there.
Basically, a flat surface made up of 10-foot by 10-foot panels. You can easily cover the whole cave.
Yeah.
So even though technically it is invisible, we do know that there is a barrier across there. Okay. Being invisible and being that their area is silenced, they are oblivious to the fact that the wall is there.
Okay.
Okay. But of course, let's make a percentage dice roll to see if all that happens as
Oh,
planned.
I thought you were gonna forget about it.
No, I
We
just need
tried
to
really
remember.
hard.
Okay, no,
Oh.
you're good.
Okay.
64. Let's see. Okay, yeah, the spell works as intended. Your duration will be increased by 50%, so you have 15 minutes of duration on it.
Okay. Sweet.
Alrighty. So that's the two spells. The two spells in your plan thus far have worked excellently.
It's good job.
Now the ones that
Only
actually matter.
downhill from here, guys.
Yeah.
Tolgar runs over and trips and stabs himself.
With a +1 sword, mind you.
Crits.
So
And it's the one type of damage. It's psionic. Can you
It's a
believe
psionic
it?
sword, yeah.
I can believe it.
Oh, that'd be a fun item.
Sword of Sonics.
You believe in the sword.
Ego weapons.
Charge, I guess. Does it just go in?
you could
Something.
no, or you could change into your different form, and we could all just try not to cast more spells.
Different form.
You change alter self, right? Give your
Give yourself claws.
yeah.
I think is what he's trying to suggest.
To who? Me or Tolga?
To you. So then we can all charge together.
You can charge in a melee, is what he's trying. He's trying to tell you to melee the two.
I understand that, but I don't believe I'm able to do that. As I'm concentrating on keeping the wall up.
Oh,
Get it?
got it.
Great.
That's
Yeah, I could
that's
do-
the
I could do-
downside in that plan.
I could do plenty of other things, but why would I want to melee? Why would I want to get close to those fiendish
We
things?
have limited
Please.
time. No.
Your claws
It's
will be no
quite
match for their
below
claws anyway.
Thelonious.
Yeah. What's that?
It's quite below you, Thelonious.
This is quite below me, please.
So
So,
what do we do?
So, So off with you. So start, engage, initiate. What? Is there a word we need to use?
Let me get some shots off first before they even know where we are.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Oh, I could.
It's all right, Cannabis Gardens. Nightbot thinks that was it because you use the same token or the same key press. It thinks you're spamming. Ignore him.
So
He's a
we
dick.
attack the same one. Kill it faster.
Hope it works.
Whichever ones he hits, yes.
Would you like me to accompany you in this as well?
Yes,
That-
please.
Yes.
Both all three of you at once, and then I'll.
Yes,
come in from-
Please do. We'll count it down, I guess.
Well, which one? You
You,
two.
Emily.
Ooh,
one
this is
on-
exciting.
The one on our side. So when Tolgar gets up there, it's the one that's closer that's getting hit.
All
I'll
right.
start running as soon as I see you attack.
Okay.
All right.
So Gore, when I attack, I'll be using my firebolt to cantrip.
Okay.
It does have the range enough, and I'll be going for the one there.
I'll be shooting with the longbow of expenses.
Okay. Are you guys just 3, 2, 1 going, or are you doing it in a set order? What's the game plan?
I think we're doing it all 3, 2, 1 going.
Yeah, just so it's all kind of a one barrage type thing.
All right. Okay. Well, in that case, roll some initiatives, and we'll see what order you naturally are going to go in for this combat.
Okay.
Yay!
There it is.
Emlyn on a 3. Let's
that's pretty
see.
good.
We've got.
Oh.
Oh, wait, she gets double. Yay.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so Carla and Tolgar both on a 21. Theo on a respectable 20. Emlyn may get in the fight at some point. Who knows? With a 3.
Good.
Okay.
It takes a lot to get my dead body moving.
So I'm assuming this turn, basically, Tolgar, you're waiting until you're holding your action until they shoot, right?
Yeah.
All right, Kyla, Theo, let them loose.
All right.
And
Before you do, hold on.
Emily going to do
Give
one
me
too.
1 second before you do that.
Sure.
And there it is.
And Emily.
All right.
I'm not firing.
You're not? Why
No,
not?
Emily didn't
I'm
say
running.
shooting anything. Emily was
Oh,
running in
okay.
for melee.
Wait, huh?
Dang.
I have my staff up. I'm like,
All right,
ready.
let's get it. So, Kyla, you're on the initiative first, so you can roll first.
Okay, doke. Here we go with the longbow of expenses. I'm going to use both attacks on the same guy.
This guy first.
The guy on the right was our decision.
Am I right or you're right?
They're too far apart. They're too far
This
apart
one,
for me
right?
to shoot both.
Yes.
So I'm just going to shoot 2
Okay.
at the same guy.
All right.
First one has advantage because I'm assuming it's a surprise round. He hasn't acted in combat anyway, so I
He
still
is
get
not
it,
active in combat, so it still counts as advantage.
even if he can't be surprised. So here we go. Yeah, good thing I had that.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. All right. The first arrow. Do you have
It's
any
a lot
additional
of
damage
sneak
on that?
attack damage, yep. A lot of it.
I think you
Yeah.
have.
I have
If you critical
plus
damage
3d6,
for
yeah.
your. Yep.
Ooh, fight music.
I like it. Wow.
Nice.
And then.
All right. So additional 12. So that's a total of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad first opener. Second arrow.
Yeah, second arrow.
Opening salvo.
Yep. Go Legolas.
Legolas.
16 is just a hit.
Yes!
Ooh.
'Cause that's 12. Ooh.
Nice
a lot.
roll too.
All right. Okay. Right. So the 2 arrows go flying through the air as the first one hits. A firebolt flies from Thelonious' hands. Maybe. D100 first. Aren't you glad now that you're just using a bow satch and not spells?
Oh, these guys aren't made of metal.
69. All right, that's a good
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, roll your damage. 69, dude.
Nice.
All right. 25 is a solid hit. would do 8 damage plus 50%. So you actually do 12 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Not bad. Okay. Tolgar and Emlyn, sally forth.
I'm moving only my 30 feet.
Okay, so you're not doing a dash action. You're charging up to behind the tree. Okay. Tolgar.
And I will be casting a spell, though. With my
Okay. Well, let's get Tolgar's full move first, because he will be
Yep.
before you in the initiative.
All right.
You're just using your regular movement? Or you
I'm
dash
gonna. I'm gonna dash all. Well, can I do mine after Emlyn? Like, can I hold till after Emlyn goes or no?
You can if you wish. I mean, you were holding your act. If that was your game plan, yeah, by all means.
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
wait till he does something. Then
All right, Emlyn.
I'll do my 1d under roll. Ooh.
Ouch. Okay.
Well, I would be casting Blade Ward.
Ooh.
Just with sigil in front of me.
If resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and hacking damage. Okay, yeah. With a 21 on Blade Ward. No, it's not going to count as. It's basically seriously diminished. All it will, in fact, do is reduce the incoming damage by 3.
Yay!
So
Okay.
you just take 3 points off the damage, I'm afraid. Okay. So you see Emlyn do his hand wiggling. And you're the only one left to act, Tolgar.
All right. Now I just do a dash all the way over to the side of him here.
All right, now let me roll their initiative.
Hello, and I rage.
Okay.
Here we go.
And their initiative is going to be that.
Can you imagine just standing in this clearing like everything's fine? I don't know what's going on. That burns.
All right. Okay.
I see that. What?
So all of the missile fire pretty much happens at once. So as soon as that happens, okay. Tolgar, you rush over, and they are going to. This one is going to move. It is the same turn. And it is their turn to attack.
Okay.
All right. Alrighty, claw time.
Take it easy, Tolgar.
All right, the first one, the one that you ran right up to, swipes with his claw once
Got me.
and
Ooh.
twice.
Again.
Oh.
The second one.
Oh,
Okay.
What is this?
this is gonna hurt.
Holy.
Tolgar,
It's gonna hurt so bad.
basically, this is going to not feel great.
Ah.
All right, so we've got
Oh my goodness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Ooh.
I don't want this.
It's 8d8.
Plus.
Yeah, something like that. 88 plus a lot.
I quit.
Plus. Hold on. So that would be.
That'd be like 50 damage.
Halves, though.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
25 is still my entire hit points.
Here it comes! That's a grand total of
Oh,
61
God. Oh, my
points
God.
of damage. Holy shit, look at that damage roll. Only one of those was average or below.
Ow.
Everything else, that's a lot. So
I
yeah,
can't
that's
Whoa.
30
Okay.
points of melee damage. Almost 69. 30 points of melee damage. That was not a fun opener for you. You did a lot of damage, but so did they. Okay.
Oh.
Starting with the new round, Kyla, it is your turn. Don't worry, Tolgar. Nobody heard you scream. You're in a zone of silence.
Okay.
Don't think I really have a clean line of sight on the guy.
You could sidestep out of that tree
Yeah,
with a
this
short, with a 5-foot move, and you could do it, or you can, yeah.
I could take my move and then attack, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'll probably move to the center of that area there. Boop.
All right.
And-
Okay.
Okay, so do I still have a line of sight on the guy behind the other guy? Or no?
Yeah, you can see them both.
Okay. I'd like to take a shot at that guy.
Okay.
First, and
Let
then the
him
other
have
one. Is this with disadvantage?
It would be.
Okay. Let's give it a shot.
You got this. You got this, man.
Woo!
All right. Yep. That's for 7.
For a whole 7 points of damage, and this wouldn't be sneak attack, would it? Wait, no, because he's in melee, so he's distracted. So I can invoke sneak attack.
If he.
This is 5e.
Let's see.
This is 5e.
Would he know he was there?
Yeah. Beginning at first level, you know how to strike subtly and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can deal extra damage to a creature you hit with attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. Must be with a finesse range roll. I guess not then, because I guess that's to imply I would have advantage, but since he's in...
But you had disadvantage.
No, didn't we do like the thing where it's like it still works?
Read me the thing again.
Beginning at first level, you know how to subtly strike and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can deal extra damage per creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon. So I got the disadvantage because I was shooting into melee.
Right, but
Were we doing it where like we
they cancel each other out?
Yeah, but it
That's
doesn't
what we
matter
did.
both great teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what
Okay.
we did. We had it to where they cancel each other
So
out.
no sneak attack.
You have disadvantage, but you gain advantage. So
So I'd
they
only
would
get it if
cancel.
I like ran up and started attacking with a knife.
well, hang on. Where is that ability? Because this, I want to make sure I want to read
Sneak
the
attack?
ability.
So I have
5.
sneak
Yeah,
attack.
hang on. Let's see.
Oh shoot! And I was doing that wrong too. Assassinate. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that's surprised is a critical hit. But I don't know if it's surprised. I don't think it can be.
Yeah, they can be.
Oh, they can be.
That
okay.
did count. Yeah.
Okay. So then that would have been a crit, but okay. That's fine.
All right. Yeah. So basically, you'd have to have advantage on the attack roll for that to apply,
Yeah.
which you don't have, so it wouldn't apply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would if it was a melee attack roll.
Right.
Okay.
This would be flanking. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
Yep.
not flanking of shooting.
Right. Correct. Okay, but you hit one, so shoot again.
Yeah. This is actually my class feature one, the Horde Breaker. Since they're standing so close, I'm shooting the other one.
Okay. Yep.
You get 3 attacks out.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Horde Breaker's a nice ability when you find
Yeah, it's-
shit that's all together.
Yeah, for melee like that, yeah, it really
So
comes in handy.
disadvantage here,
Uh-huh. Shoot him.
maybe.
Oh,
18.
18 is still a hit.
Yep.
oh
So 13 on
nice.
that one.
Their AC is only 16. So yeah, you tag him, so you hit the other one, and now you get the regular second attack on
It's
the
the
other
plus
one.
11, you know? It's the plus 11.
Yeah, that helps.
Damn right it
And
does.
my other attack on the original target. Yep.
Oh,
Too bad.
But still, nice shot.
Well, the good news is, though, as you let that second arrow loose, it plugs it right between the eyes, and this one is down.
Yes.
You're welcome,
Okay.
Togar.
Could have done that sooner.
If you
Okay.
waited a second,
Yep. All right. It falls backwards and kind of slides down an invisible wall of force. Slap. Okay.
but my favorite thing about this whole
Tolgar.
scenario is just Tolgar runs up there and screams, but no one can hear it.
That's why he's singing.
Okay. Toga, you're up. And Kyla's already started on it.
Yes, I will turn to this one very enraged, very angry, and swing my longsword twice to do so much damage to him. That jinxed me, probably.
Hey!
Oh!
You actually did do a lot of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
37. Wow. Okay. Yep. As you hack into it vigorously and violently, it's kind of ungratifying because there's no crunchy sounds, no squishy sounds, there's no even roaring and screaming. But the creature is definitely like reeling from the blows as you hammer 2 solid strikes home. Thelonious Conch,
All right.
Mage Extraordinaire.
Yeah, being that this thing is right in front of me here. No, well, you know, I just saw Tolgar hit it pretty good. I'm gonna cast. I'm going to cast What am I gonna? Bless you. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. So here is. Well, first I know the 20 dice right first.
D100 first. Yep.
Or that's what I meant. Is 100.
Get a good one. Get a good one. 43. Okay. Basically, it's going to be diminished ever so slightly, but not much.
Okay. So
The spell's still going off. Still going to work.
Okay. So then it would be a 4d4 plus 4 with the extra level added.
Yep. Basically, you can just do 44 because it's going to take one off of each. So
Oh, I see. Okay. I'll just do that then.
for
Yikes.
6.
Yikes!
Ooh. All right. Okay. Your blue glowing balls slam it in the back.
Sweet.
Only you would have had that 4.
Yeah.
Because that would have finished it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Say
because
that.
it didn't, it means Tolgar's got to face another round of wrath from this thing.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Come on, roll low. One time. Ah.
Oh!
This is because of all the shoddy dice rolls I had last on Thursday, right?
Yeah. Guess. Oh man, this sucks.
All right, Tolgar, a total of... Oh, at least it's not a good dice roll, so be 10 damage.
Still a lot,
When you're in
man.
rage.
Yeah, that's still a lot.
It is. If it is when it's wearing you down. All right.
I didn't have lots of
Emlyn.
I am using my movement to get, which is 30 exactly, and I, wielding my beautiful Staff of Charming, I'm going to hit it with both hands. It's like
Gonna
right on
belt
the
it?
head.
Okay.
Belt it.
Brain it. Appears behind it.
Something that does very often.
I get advantage because I'm behind flanked.
Yes.
Take that.
Okay, you crack his cranium and he collapses to the ground, deceased. Excellent. Down and out.
But it's all quiet, so it's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, hey, blood, but you hear.
Okay, yep. They are down. The 2 guards are down. And unless
Is there anything
anybody
on them?
saw it happen, they should have heard nothing.
so in the silence, I'm just gonna be like,
Emlyn, you can be heard from out here. you just have to come over here.
That did not feel very good. I don't want to do that again if there's a bunch more in that cave.
you should drink and eat.
I have one good berry. It's not gonna help.
I still
I
have
have
that
2.
one swig of the.
One single swig. You think that's gonna help too?
Besides, it's not a good berry.
Well, it's fine. It's fine.
It got renamed last episode.
Loinberry.
Loinberry.
Oh, look.
Here,
Because
Tolgar,
Tolgar keeps him in his
you
one.
think the hits this whole time. You should probably have these. I'm gonna hand over the 2 loin berries I have.
Aw.
Okay.
Just eat it all, drink it all.
No, he didn't want it.
Maybe not drink it. He'll given his track record.
Should I save one good berry? I mean
Yes.
loinberry. So I'll eat
maybe.
the 2 that you gave me. So that's 6.
6, yep.
And then you keep your precious loin
Keep
berry.
my loinberry where it should be, and then
So
you said
you-
you're giving me something, Thelonious?
Oh, well, I did. You said no.
What is it?
I told you what it was, and you said no.
A swig or a big swig?
It is a gigantic swig. It's the
Well,
biggest
I might
swig you've
get
ever
drunk.
had.
Might get drunk.
No,
from
not
this.
not for someone of your stature.
I got drunk last time.
I just figured every little bit might help.
So is
But
it
if
the
you don't want
whole?
it, that's
Is it a full potion or was it?
No, it's the one swig I have
Oh,
left.
what?
Yeah. So you're not
One
getting
D8.
drunk off that.
No,
Okay,
not
okay,
at all.
okay.
But I'm trying to
Fine.
make it. Yes, take it. It's yours.
Okay. Roll your d8.
All right. Get out of the way, cat, please. 1d8. No, that didn't help.
Roll
Okay.
well. 6, not bad. Okay.
6. All right.
And how
So
much do the
that's-
good berries get?
3 apiece. So that's 12 hit. You got 12 points of healing.
Great. Yep, totally back to normal. Let's fight monsters. Let's go.
Let's go fight a whole bunch more of these.
I'm
Yes.
totally fine.
Let's
Do
fight
we,
2 Dark Fey
this-
each.
Do we dispel the wall and enter, or
I was hoping you were going to forget about that and try to
Can
walk
you-
in.
Emily, can you see in? Can you see in there?
Well, yes, I can. I mean,
What's,
Yeah, the wall of force is
Do you-
invisible, so
Yeah. Do you see? I can't see in the dark. I'm just saying, like, what's in there?
so yes, I can see about 90 feet in from wherever this is.
And
all right.
From where I am.
Okay, you can see in, and it looks like it takes a turn to the left.
Well, it takes a turn, so I can see to the turn, and it's clear.
Give me a
or it's not clear.
no. Give me that is the case, but give me a perception check as well.
I've been rolling so bad today, I don't want to.
You want me to roll it for you?
No.
18, there you go.
There you go.
All right, you
Ooh,
say that.
good
Oh yeah,
job,
there's a turn to the
Shaggy.
left, but then you catch a glimpse of movement because the turn is not quite so sharp that you can't see a little further. There's at least one more of those things down in there, probably 30 to 40 feet.
Ooh. Well, there is a turn to the left, but there's definitely something.
I have a bit of an idea. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Knowing that they're in there and that they've maybe seen us at this point, how about we frame Lana and hide?
Oh.
Imagine they come out, see these two dispatched, and have, I don't know, poorly written, Lana was here. That seems like something she'd do. And then when they come out and see it, they'll be like, oh, well, clearly this was an attack from our adversaries, and then they'll set off to get revenge. And while they're setting off, we infiltrate.
Oh, your plan is definitely different than the one I was going to suggest.
What was your
Sure
plan?
I was going to say we use one of the monsters as like a marionette and like try to beckon one of the other monsters outside and ambush it.
You're a very brilliant wizard.
That would have worked perfect. What are you talking about?
What do you call yourself?
The only problem with that idea is if they saw us dispatch them, they know they're dead.
They know they're dead. We
Give
don't
me an
know.
insight roll,
We did-
Emily.
Okay. Ah,
It was so close to a 20.
I'm sad.
Well then. So nothing.
But no insight for you. Carry on.
Okay, we were
I
waiting
was
for
waiting
anything.
for anything. Yeah.
No, I'm not. There was something I might have mentioned, but with a decent insight roll. But you haven't been struck with insight. You're not very insightful right now, so I know.
I'm
You're too
dead.
dead to be inside.
I'm too dead to be insightful.
Well, don't you think that the monster would have at least come out? Or helped his fellows?
Well, I mean, what if it's just noticed that it's silent and it can't make noise?
Do they normally make noise when standing around?
Remember I did say it was about 40 feet in.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit out of my range.
Yeah, but it was empowered silence, right? So
Well,
Yeah, but it
that's,
was like
that made
35.
it 35. So in theory, it's still beyond the range of his
Okay.
spell.
can I see it, or can I just see movement?
You saw movement because so the corridor kind of goes down and takes a slight angle to the left, and then it opens up into a clearing. You saw it pass by the entrance, so you kind of saw it briefly.
But I don't see it anymore.
Not at this moment, no.
Okay.
Right, so maybe get out of clear view of the cave, so if they look this way, we're not standing here.
Or we just have Thelonious stand out here as bait.
Would work, but if they get to the bait before we stop them.
Isn't the wall still up?
It is right now.
It is, yes.
I still like my idea.
Yes, what if they cannot read?
Or they don't speak our language, or that.
Well, they'd probably alert someone. We'd have to leave some obvious tip that it was them.
But
I know. Thelonious,
Yes.
why don't you do an illusion spell and make Lana approach us and tell us, and then have her, the illusion, in front of the wall going nee 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 nee.
I think you are asking me something I cannot do, unfortunately.
Well, you did that with the
Involve
horse.
yourself?
Oh, that!
Oh, I guess I could.
You can.
Well, the problem is with that is I need something that she would wear.
At any rate, can we not brainstorm out in the middle of a clearing?
You're all just standing right there in the middle.
Just gonna slowly inch this way, one of those Midwestern exits where, you know,
The
I'm
two
standing at
bodies
the
in
door.
front of the cave are dead, at least. But no, it is possible that someone could glance out the cave and say, "Hey, there's a group
One
of
of those guys
people
just
just standing
standing
right there having a chat. Should maybe we
Alright.
go murder them?"
I'm going to continue the conversation with my back to the group, because I'm going to keep looking at the cave to see if I see anything else.
Okay.
As we... Oh, well, you guys are going way back.
I'm just hiding in the tree because I'm worried about, like, I don't know, those knoll things coming back or something.
Alright, well, I can't see as far into the cave, but I still have a long vision, so... A little bit.
You can see if they come and check. Yeah.
Well, here's my other question. Don't they already not like each other? These two factions?
Yes, so if we frame it, they'll take the bait.
Meaning, what? Exactly.
Thelonious, alter yourself to look like Lana.
That's too straightforward. Why would Lana come personally to be here?
But my question is, what is the... Give me the end game of your plan here.
It will reduce their forces if they have to send out a dispatch of troops to go deal with Lana and her and get revenge on whatever, do whatever nasty deed they want to do on their end of the forest. While they're there, we can go in a lot easier and find our guy, get out of there before, hopefully, the prince notices us. I don't think we can take on someone who has an entire army. I think we can take on one or two at a time, but even then, we're scared of that. Tolgar nearly had himself ripped in half at the first end of that fight. Very formidably, but still halves. I'd rather see if there's any way we can, I guess, trick them into doing something that might gain us some favor.
Well, they don't have a sense of humor, I can tell you that.
So let's not do anything too funny.
I didn't laugh at his joke.
I don't see how transforming Thelonious into Lana, having her come out and give us instruction, and then returning south, would not make them want to pursue her, because the queen is alone and an enemy.
But that seems a little too suspect.
These are fake creatures, they're idiots.
I mean, yes.
Lana has a pot on her head.
We met a
she come
tree
here
smarter than
I don't
Lana,
like
but
that Lana thing.
none of us do. But what if instead you were, say, that one advisor with the crown and the more queenly looking one?
Can we just go kill these things?
I wish.
Well, what? So I transform, and then I run into the forest. Right? See, right?
You run out of the forest from the south. We're out like idiots in the middle, like we were talking.
Uh-huh.
You relay instructions to us. We all head south again, and then we divert to another location to return and watch them hopefully follow.
What if we just leave a note?
How do we know they're even going to see us do that and put those two
Well,
things
that's
together?
exactly the thing. Is if we leave something there for them to find on their own time, we can go rest. We can go take a break. No. I'm obsessed with leaving a message, because if they get that message and they confuse it with something that might have been, I don't know, directly implied, like saying something like banishment was too easy, like, or something like that, like
by the next moon we'll wipe you out completely, or something like that.
Do we know what language they speak? Or understand?
I would do it in Sylvan.
And there we go.
But can they read?
They would probably take it back to anyone who could. And that's why I'm saying if we show them a direct display of it, it'll trick maybe a couple of them into falling into a small trap. But if we trick their leadership into going on a foolhardy mission to go stop a war before it brings itself to them, then we might... The only trouble with this plan is if we don't make it imperative that they go do it now, like they go and attack them now, then they might just fortify, and that would be the opposite of a good time.
Well, that was going to be my question. How do we know that they're just going to lash out immediately and leave an attack? I mean, if
That's
I
why we need a very personal and insulting message. Not so much claiming war as much as insulting. I was thinking dismembering bodies, leaving a big old mess, writing Lana as queen or something. You're all being far too nice.
Lana hates Hathaway.
Yes, yes. Sign me up. Sign me up immediately.
Okay,
Yes, something as absurd as disliking Hathaway.
Togar.
Yes.
Quickly, because we're running out of time, go to those bodies, dismember them, and then lay them out in a path leading to the south part of the forest.
Finally. I immediately start doing that.
Okay, so basically you want to hack them all to bits and leave them.
And as that's happening, I'm going to turn to Kyla and be like, what message do you want me to write in Sylvan, and where and how? Obviously, we'll leave it by the front of the cave, but we do it quickly because the wall is not lasting much longer.
The wall is probably long gone. Because 15 minutes.
We just have to do it quickly. At this point. And it has to be thought about as much as Lana would probably think about a message to leave. So probably something along the lines of, I'm Lana, I am the queen, you're stupid, and you smell bad. Please send more.
Bring it, bitch.
Bring me presents.
And how do you want me to write this? On the ground or on a... that's what I don't get.
What would... Lana would just put it on a scroll, wouldn't she? Just forge it.
She has a pot on her head. I don't know what she'd do.
She would dictate it, not read.
All right. So I'm going to take out a parchment and some ink and quill.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that Thelonious is transformed into that antler woman.
Antler woman.
That way, if you are spotted and we're all hiding when you drop off the message, you can drop it off and then use one of your invisibility things or something to get out of there. If not, I can just shoot it on an arrow and launch it into the tunnel or something.
That's probably a better idea. But transform into the elvish woman anyway.
Okay, just hold on, please. First of all, stop telling me what to do. I do not appreciate that at all.
Do as you're told.
Second of all, the last time I used that skill, I could not transform my clothes.
Well, she didn't really wear much, did she?
Strip.
Oh,
Just
naked.
letting,
I'd like to
just
see that.
letting you know that is going to be what happens, gang.
And then later teach me how to do that so I can turn into, like, the age I should be.
So, in Sylvan, I'm going to write the following message. I'm not writing send nudes, chat. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
I haven't been looking at chat, but I'm so glad.
I will write, banishment was two kinds, you poor, hopeless, sad sack of a prince. We will kill everyone in this, we will kill everyone. We are ready to strike. Something along those lines, right? Like a declaration of war, like banishment.
Wow.
The deal is over. Banishment is done.
At a feast in their dishonor. You'll be holding a feast in your dishonor. That's
The clip. I'm gonna write that clip cloppers are posturing south of
too
their.
big.
Posturing. She wouldn't say posturing.
Well, you don't know what I'm writing because it's in Sylvan.
I think if you were saying it out loud.
He's not dictating it as he writes it.
I'm just telling what I'm writing.
This is not a movie where they speak all the words they write out loud or all the words they read out loud.
No, but I am basically saying, like, the clip cloppers are gearing up. We will strike. You know, you're screwed, basically. Like, essentially, that's what I'm writing. Jesus.
What's the lure? What's the lure? What are you? What's the insult? We need an insult.
I called the cave smelly.
Pothead.
Good. Smelly cave. He was a verdant prince, so what's worse than green?
We just know he was a prince. We don't know what he was specifically.
No, somebody said it at some point. It was the kitsune. In character.
Okay.
I don't know. What's worse than a prince?
A pauper.
A pauper.
I was gonna say that.
Send your top lieutenants to renegotiate or die, right?
That would be unlike Lana. Lana would just call him a big stinky doo-doo head, wouldn't she?
We don't know what Lana would do.
And that's the point. Neither do they. No one knows. Not even Lana. Be more chaotic with it. You're thinking too logically.
And then invite them to
I'm
the
sorry.
feast
Well,
in their
you
dishonor.
write it, and I don't know how to think chaotic.
I'll tell you what to write. Dictated, not read. Let me get into character.
This is
Dictator.
taking a lot.
Is there a mushroom I could stick in my hair? It helps. It's silly, but it helps.
Yes, you have to go through the process, of course.
It's method acting.
Look,
I know it.
I've spent about 10 years of my life, about 20 or 30 if you want to count the years I've aged as of now, lying to people, tricking them into thinking I was something else, and then using that as ammunition against them to ultimately dispatch them and take the stuff. I'm kind of good at this.
Well,
Okay.
here's the thing. The prince knows that they took the wizard from what's-her-face, right?
Yes.
So clearly, she would want him back.
You know,
So
it'd be
that's our angle.
Yeah, that'd be a lot easier than if they happen to take him with them. It'd be a lot easier to take them out on the road than it would be in their encampment. Okay, so we want our old thing back.
Yumi. We want our Yumi back.
Yeah, we want our Hume back. Clip clappers are mad. You're smelly, and I hate you.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
And how will that lure them out?
Call of action.
Add banishment was too kind. And then we need something really, really mean. Really just downright mean.
How will that get them out of the cave?
Well, it'll give them a lure. We already have they want the thing back. About if we have a bring him to us or you will lose more guards. Or big shadow boys. Make sure you spell boys like that. I don't know that language, how you would do that.
B-O-I-S.
Boys.
Boys. Boys!
The dark, tall ones will continue to fertilize the ground? I don't know what she thinks at this point.
Make the... Oh, you're talking Shagget?
Sorry. I will write what you wrote, Satch, but I will also say the problem with this is that they might just fortify inside and not come out.
Well,
Why don't you dare them? Say that. I dare you to come out.
oh yeah. What's the thing about the feast held in your dishonor? I've made a new holiday. It's called Stinky Doo-Doo Face. And we all cover our faces in mud to look like you.
All right, I'm going to write that.
Okay.
And I'm going to hand it to Naked Thelonious, basically. Who's altering himself, I hope.
Is he?
If not, I can just shoot it in.
I guess. I mean, does that make a difference at all? Or I guess I should be asking that. What is the point? I mean, if we're just going to deliver the note, does it matter what it looks like? What I look like? I would rather not just do that for no reason.
Okay, just shoot it in.
Shoot it in.
I'm gonna tie the little thing on with.
So,
the
what does the note say? Let's write that down because we're about to finish this episode, and we want to remember for next week. So, what does it say? We're writing it down.
Oof.
Oof. Okay.
It says oof. Okay. Dear. I think it would start with dear because it's a pun.
Dear.
What's the next? Yeah,
Meanies.
Yeah, dear meanies.
Okay, dear meanies.
I mean, Shaggit's the one writing it down.
I mean, Shaggit's the one writing it.
Hey.
Okay, dear meanies. If you wish to alter, if this is not what you write, Shaggit, just tell me, right? Anything you alter, just say, yeah, I write this instead.
You're stinky and you smell bad.
You're stinky and you smell bad? Okay.
Yes. Yep.
You're stinky and you smell bad.
Sometimes it comes out of the cave and we smell it. And it's gross.
Out.
A little face that's like, yuck.
The cave. And we smell it. Okay. And it's gross.
And it's gross.
Something about
like
clip clops in there.
Emoji. Yep. The clip clops are mad.
The clip clops are mad.
Because you're so dumb.
Because you're so dumb.
And then something about getting the wizard back, huh?
Yeah.
Also, we want our Hume back.
Also,
Hume.
we want our Hume back.
Hume.
He was funny. And I have a new toy.
Okay, so if I want our Hume back...
He was funny, and I have a new toy.
Funny, and I have a new toy. Okay.
Please give him back, or else.
Please give him back, or else.
Comma, at once.
Say that last part again.
Comma, at once.
Comma, at once.
This is working so far.
Yeah, the writing this down part is working perfectly.
Yeah, this is working perfectly. Okay. In the meantime, we will hold a feast in your dishonor.
In the meantime, we will hold a feast in your dishonor, okay?
This is a new yearly festival. As I decree...
This is
getting long.
new yearly festival. As I decree...
Called the Poop Head Festival.
Called the Poop Head Festival.
In quotation, or in parentheses, you're the poop heads.
You're the poop heads. That it?
Anything you wanted to add, Shagget?
Shagget's just very upset.
Nope. Nope. I will write in Sylvan.
Okay, alright. Yep. Alright,
has no emotions, so
there is now a long written note in Sylvan. What do you want to do with the long written note?
Gonna tie it around an arrow.
Okay.
With the leather strip I have from the expensive bow I bought.
And? Shoot? You just gonna shoot it in the cave entrance?
I think so. And then we're gonna skedaddle, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, we will, I guess, head south-ish, right?
But then also, like, off to the side, right?
But then also, yeah, not in the path of the traveling posse that they might send out.
Maybe, hopefully. I hope it works.
Okay. So you shoot the arrow in the cave, and then you all kind of head southeast or something like that?
Before we go, I'm going to burn down these 3 trees. Or these 2 trees.
Burn them down?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I'm burning them down.
How do you want to burn them down?
Light a torch with a flint and steel. And I'm just going to light the trees on fire.
Oh, like the canopies? Okay.
Yeah, light the canopies. Not the whole tree. Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
For the message.
Not gonna like that.
Message for you, sir. Okay. Alright.
Do these things have blood around them?
They're dismembered, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. I want to make sure that they bleed because they're weird shadow dudes. Yeah, I'm just going to take some of the blood out and write Lana was here using probably the arm as like a pen.
Alright, okay.
That's messed up. Put it back neatly, please.
I put it exactly in the strewn about place I found it.
Thank you.
Alright. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter, @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll, follow us on Twitter @HowWeRoll. Check out the website, www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys!
Hi, I'm the Satchmo. I speak for the trees. Thank you for watching How We Roll. If you want to see some more of me, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter @Satchmo. If not, I guess I'll just see you next episode. I love you. Take care.
What's up, you guys? It's the Snuggler here, and I am back for my second How We Roll campaign. I've been given some guidelines. One is to not name the character that I'm playing. Of course, probably gonna kill my character at some point. And 2 is to keep this as short as possible. Jane is just so lazy. So with that being said, so happy to be on my second campaign for How We Roll. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so @MaddieSweetTweet. That's pretty much all I use. So check you there. If not, I'm always here playing for you guys.
Shagget here. I play a character on How We Roll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. I've already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter @Aneb_Convos, and I'll see you guys on How We Roll.
Hi, Jane here. You may have seen me in such films as Rise of the Fallen or Lyra vs. Legend. Thanks for watching! You can follow me on Twitter @JaneOnTwitch. That's with a 0, not an O. Anyway, I gotta go. The cats. Peace, suckers!